U.S. President Donald Trump delivered the first international speech of his second term, appearing via live stream before the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. Laying out a vision for American economic prosperity, Trump promised global elites lower taxes if they bring manufacturing to the U.S. and threatened to impose tariffs if they don't. He also assured incentivizing companies to facilitate business there. He thus laid out a carrot and stick approach for private investment in the U.S. to strengthen the economy.
My message to every business in the world is very simple. Come make your product in America, and we will give you among the lowest taxes of any nation on earth. We're bringing them down very substantially, even from the original Trump tax cuts. But if you don't make your product in America, which is your prerogative, then very simply you will have to pay a tariff, differing amounts, but a tariff which will direct hundreds of billions of dollars and even trillions of dollars into our treasury to strengthen our economy and pay down debt.
Amidst Trump's tariff roar, the World Trade Organization chief has said that the trade wars would have catastrophic consequences for global growth. At the World Economic Forum session on trade, WTO chief spoke and urged states to refrain from retaliation.
If we have tit-for-tat retaliation, whether it's 25%, tariff 60%, and we go to where we were in the 1930s, we're going to see double-digit global GDP losses. Double-digit. That's catastrophic. Everyone will pay. Everyone. And the poor countries will pay even more.
WTO Director General starts her second term as the head of the global trade watchdog this year, at a time when Trump's tariff threats have raised the specter of trade wars. To get us more on that, our correspondent Amit Mukherjee is joining us from Delhi. Amit, good morning. Now, we've just given a broad outline to our viewers of the carrot and stick policy by Donald Trump. Now, in his run-up to make America great again, what consequences of the trade war will be witnessed by the world?
Well, Preeti, good morning. In fact, as pointed out by many of the delegates who have been who are in Davos right now, that it would have, catastrophic ramifications. In fact, if Donald Trump right now wants everything to be manufactured in USA, which means that this would require a lot of investment. The companies, corporates which are not manufacturing in the US right now, they don't have facilities. To set up manufacturing facilities, you have to invest a lot of money. So in that case, the cost of production would also go up. And then again, it would be a loss-wise sort of a situation for all those companies, because either they have to pay a huge tariff or they have to bear the brunt of ramping up their productions in the US soil. Now, it's quite, interesting as to how Donald Trump is putting out all his, thoughts and, plans going ahead, for the US economy, because US primarily has been a consumption economy. I mean, where it has primarily been importing a lot of products from across the globe. Now, again, if you look at Donald Trump's statement, he has been very, very worried about the deficits, the trade deficits, which America is now, suffering, if I put it out like that, because he pointed out that Europe is not importing from us, and US's imports have gone up significantly. So obviously there is a deficit between the imports from other countries, especially Canada and European Union, and the kind of stuff which are getting exported from US. So US now wants to strengthen its economy from the point of view of Donald Trump by coming up as a manufacturing hub, which may not be feasible for a lot of corporate houses across the globe, because they have their economies of scale, and they also have to kind of plan out their production units depending on the global requirements of their products across various pockets of the globe. So it's quite not clear. Also, the kind of threats and warnings he has been issuing to the BRICS countries, because again, BRICS, countries like India, China, they have been providing a lot of stuff, exporting a lot of stuff to US. Again, if you put that kind of restrictions on the context of looking out for an alternate currency, then again it may not make it doesn't really make sense at all.
All right, Amit, for the benefit of our viewers, very briefly, I would want you to explain to them what is the vision of Donald Trump when we talk of his attempt to make America great again. This is the carrot and stick policy which he has just talked about at the WTO. But then eventually when things pan out, how far will it have a bearing? What is it that Donald Trump is looking for America at the moment?
Well, Preeti, as of now, Donald Trump is saying all those things which the voters of America would like to listen, because, those were commitments he had made. There were certain commitments that he had made before the elections in the US. And right now, he's only making those statements which sound good to the ears of the Americans. For instance, that we want to make America great again. We want to make American economy very, very strong. We want to get as many jobs as possible for Americans. America wants to be, at the helm of all affairs as far as the global trade is concerned. So, which is why he's giving out all these doles, which he's promising to corporates that come and make in the US, and we're going to give you the least tax options and benefits. So, as of now, it's very, very unclear. He's just making those political statements right now, which would sound good to the ears of the Americans. And it will take, because a lot of people are now all the economics across the globe, they are not very, very sure as to what all his policies, whether it's his statements on oil, ramping up oil production and bringing down oil prices, whether it's kind of making America a manufacturing hub, all these policies, how it's going to play out, it's not very, very clear. And people are looking at, a lot of uncertain times going ahead.
All right, Amit, we'll leave it here. Thank you so much for joining in with those details.